This episode of On the Line is presented to you by Living.fit, your one stop for all your fitness needs. Make sure you go download the app Living.fit today. Now here's the show. Welcome to On the Line. Today is Tuesday, January 11th. We got an awesome show for you guys. But first, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on Deezer, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, whatever, make sure you hit that follow button. We got an awesome show, as I said. We got Calvin Kattar on in just a minute. He's awesome interview, awesome guy. He's fighting Giga Chikadze this Saturday night in Vegas at UFC Fight Night. I don't know, whatever number. Afterwards, we give our champions in the UFC by the end of 2022. Talk a little bit about the NFL, kind of talk about how the Colts are forced to not play this past weekend because of COVID issues. Super unfortunate. And then we talk about our playoff. We give our playoff brackets. So you just kind of go through the NFL. So with that said, here's Calvin Kattar. All right, we're joined by one tough son of a bitch. He's the number 5 ranked featherweight in the world. It is Calvin Kattar, my man. How's Vegas?
It's nice, man. Beats back in Boston area. It's snowing back home, so happy to be out here. I love missing snowstorms. If we could do that during a fight week, even better.
Oh, it's fantastic. And it's also, this is your first fight in Vegas somehow. Like, how great is that? Finally be out there in Mecca.
Yeah, I'm pumped, man. I was supposed to fight Jeremy Stevens here in March, I want to say, of 2020. And then they pushed it back to April, and then the pandemic hit, and they pushed it to May. A little bit of a mess, but yeah, I'm excited to get out here. I've been out here plenty of times for Rob Font, my teammate. He's fought like 7 times out here. Mr. Vegas, he's spoiled. So I'm happy to get my first run.
Yeah, but you're Mr. Worldwide. You've been all over the place.
Bro, yeah, it's a mess, man. Russia, Abu Dhabi. It's been crazy, but I'm pumped. My family, it's not a big open to the public, but I mean, the Apex has a few hundred people in there. So a lot of my family and friends got tickets. They're all excited to come out and watch a fight. They haven't been to see me fight in years. So excited about that.
Yeah. So before we get going to career, I got to ask a question about the beard. It's like the Boston beard. Is there like an unwritten rule in Boston where everyone has to get that beard?
Honestly, I was trying to get this cut a little bit before I left, and Tyson's paranoid about the COVID, and I get it, especially right now. Back home, it's like almost every 1 in 5 person has COVID right now. So he's like, yeah, go get your haircut. He's like, 1 out of 5 in that barbershop are going to have COVID. I'm like, all right, I won't get it cut yet. I got a guy out here I'm going to see. Rob hooked me up with him. And, but yeah, for the most part, man, especially when it gets cold, it's nice to have a little, before the mask, the face mask, we had beards back in New England,
Helps out. It helps with the warmth a little bit. Warms the chin a little bit.
A little bit.
A little dumb UFC question. Do you think the beard helps with the chin a little bit, absorbing shots?
I heard that, but then I saw Kimbo Slice get knocked out with a jab. Knocked down with a jab at Elite XC, and I was just like, well, there goes that.
Yeah, it kind of killed the narrative, killed the mystique around it. So going into this, so this is your first fight since the Max Holloway fight, and I'm just kind of curious, how many questions are you expecting about that week?
Man, too many, but everyone thinks like as if like I wouldn't want to talk about that fight even if I was coming off a win. I'm on to Giga, and even that I'm not really want to talking about him either because I'm more focused on myself and I don't really care about. I don't really focus on the opponent like that. I don't care to give him more attention than he deserves, and he's gonna have to earn that respect like Max did on fight night. Max got my respect; he had it before, but we'll see, man. Giga's next Saturday. I'm just excited to go. It's been a long camp, 13 weeks, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, can't wait to see you back in there. But I have to ask one question about the fight because I know you probably have to go back and rewatch it. What's the most positive thing you took out of that fight with Max?
I mean, just ending the fight the way I started it, on my own 2 feet. Like I know plenty of people that would have probably taken a knee, and I can't take a knee, man. You got to earn it, and he's pretty close a couple times, and yeah, just the fact that I don't like to show that. I don't have to rely on the toughness. It's nice to have that in your back pocket. Not everybody has that. We try to go out there and fight with fight IQ. Hit, not get hit, but got a little messy last time, and we'll see how this one goes next Saturday. But a lot of times, the winners in this game, man, they're usually in the hospital with the losers. It's a messy business.
What was it like? Like one of the most notable things, like Justin Gaethje fought Dustin Poirier, and Dustin Poirier was in the hospital all night. Gaethje was out partying. It's like it's just the way the game works.
Hit or
And
miss, man. It's tough to
really,
plan shit after the fights. You know, I'd like to maybe stay awake a couple days, but you never just know how that works out. It's tough to plan ahead after a fight,
especially the after parties. I see like managements like set up after parties. Like you don't even know if you're going to be there. Like you might. Be in the hospital.
I know. I think about that all the time. It's tough to bank on one. You're hopeful, you know, but even if you win, things go well and you're all fucked up. You're like, damn, I don't even know about going there. It's like earlier in my career, I was getting these first round finishes, and I got a couple still. Obviously, you know, wrong. You have if you get a first round finish, you got at least 2 rounds that you saved the fight, and that now you got energy for the party, hopefully. But you know, those days, man, when I was, you know, getting in and out and then enjoying the after party, they're a little harder, a little higher level these days. So it's tough to get in and out when you can, but the big bonus is getting in and out healthy. Definitely. Fuck the money.
Oh yeah, 100%. So I know you like to be active. I know that's one of the things you like to take pride in. You like to be active. How hard has it been to be, you know, kind of on the sidelines for a little bit? And like, at what point did you try to come back and just kind of had to wait for the right fight?
Yeah, 100%. That's a great, you know, assessment. Like, it's tough, man. It's tough sitting back, being patient, but we knew it was the right move, and we at least wanted to wait like 6 months to really kind of get going sparring and things. And but we were moving before then, and you know, our follow-ups were solid even after the fight, but just precautionary shit, man, you know. And then following that, we were pretty much ready to go, and no real opportunities kind of presented. So I know we had a couple agreements that kind of fell through, and timing just worked out where you know, January 15th now. And if you look at Max, he came off a win and he couldn't even fight till almost later in the year. You know, it's kind of sometimes it's just timing. Mm-hmm. But I'm happy to have a date, you know, ahead of us next Saturday, 13-week camp, long camp, like I said, and just ready to go get another rep in, you know?
Oh, hell yeah. And then also you get to kick off the UFC 2 years in a row. That's got to be kind of like, oh, they believe in me kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's nice to have another main event opportunity. You know, I always say I want more big moment opportunities, and it takes you know, another strong B-side, someone with some hype, and this kid's 6-7-0, you know, I think in the UFC or something like that coming up. So, you know, these are the fights that I want, big moment opportunities and life-changing, you know, hopefully opportunities, money, fights to just change my life, man. It's all the same risk every time you step in there. All these guys are tough. It's just, you know, trying to get more eyes on it and getting, you know, more money. And that's ultimately these main events and big moment fights.
Oh, damn right. And so this is kind of like, this might be a little weird question, but like, does this almost feel like a redemption for the Zabit fight? Because I mean, if you go back and look at it, it was only 3 rounds, but towards the end of the fight, you were starting to gain momentum. And this fight, you get a full 5 rounds. Does this kind of feel like that? You get another up and comer. Now you have 5 full rounds to kind of show your work.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just always nice. I try not to, you know, mix them to, they all get my 100% attention, you know, on their own, you know, like it doesn't have to be, it's really a combination though. If you add them all up, not just one, but all of them, to all those fights, it took me to get to this moment, you know, and we're here still fighting for everything. It's always, everything's on the line always, you know. You look at my whole career, it's like just to get to this moment, how much fighting and what I had to get through to just get here. And it's still just getting started. You know, I still got the fight of my life always ahead of me. The next fight is always the biggest fight, no matter what, always.
I know you always say that. And like literally you said that before the Max fight. And now you got like pretty much one of the bigger fights you can get in the featherweight division. Like it literally just keeps happening that way. Next fight.
Well, then, because no matter how your fights are in trouble, no matter how your fight turns out, now, okay, I'm coming off an L with Max. Great. You would think it's a step down, but at the same time, it's almost that much more important to get a W now, you know, and you're always just like, it's never like lessen the pressure. The pressure is just always climbing, always building. The stage is always getting bigger, you know, ideally. So, yeah, just happy to get another rep.
So this is another kind of weird question. I know, again, we talked about your cardio. It's really good. Would you rather have the 5 round fight in like a UFC fight night, you know, not as many fans, you know, in the Apex, or would you rather be in a 3 round like co-main in a packed out house?
You know, that energy of the crowd. I was bullshitting during the pandemic saying it's, you know, I'm just focused on the fight and all that other stuff secondary. And part of that's true, but then I heard that crowd, man, on that first fight back and how crazy the fights were. People were getting knocked out. I think it was that the Usman and Masvidal card? right? I want to
Yeah,
say
it was
they were
Usman
the main
Masvidal
event,
card. Yeah,
right?
it was
That whole
Miami or some
lineup,
shit. Yeah.
everybody's getting knocked out. The card was crazy. Fans were screaming, and yeah, you do just miss that energy, man. That crowd. After a big finish, there's nothing you want more than, at least for me, to take in that crowd, that energy.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And I kind of want to ask about, because you were the first event back during the pandemic when you fought Jeremy Stevens. What was, and obviously you fought since, and you fought in Abu Dhabi twice. Was it weirder to fight in like Fight Islands like arena where it was, it wasn't that big, but like everyone was there? Or was it like weirder to fight in Jacksonville where you're in this massive arena, but there's really no one there?
Yeah, it was kind of weird being in the massive arena with no one there, aside from it being weird being in the other side of the world, fighting in Abu Dhabi. But at the end of the day, an octagon's an octagon, no matter where you put it. I always keep that mindset, Russia, Abu Dhabi, it's a fucking octagon, man, just keep it simple. It is what it is. And this is what we do every day. I spend more of my time in the octagon than I do at some other places that, I would feel a lot more comfortable. So I just try not to overthink it. But yeah, that was pretty funny. More so, the most awkward thing was that first live event back. They had the commentators right along the cage, and they were giving us, the play-by-play as we're fighting, and I can hear them, clear as day. And it was just kind of weird. It was like Rob in the gym just talking shit during one of my sparring rounds. It's like I can hear him clear as day. It's like Joe Rogan talking shit about me hitting Jeremy with the right hand, and he's like, Jeremy just eats it. Just in my head, I'm like, it's exactly what happened. It was a riot though.
Yeah, dude, that has been weird. I know a lot of guys have said they've said like in the past where they're like, let's say you're in grappling and they say like they have a submission locked in or like things like that. You hear the commentators like, oh, I'll just fucking try that. And then they get a finish. It's like weird things like that. Did you ever pick up anything like that? Or like maybe Jeremy's tendencies in the fight during the middle of the fight, or was it just kind of, you just heard, he got him with the right?
I am always listening for that, specifically for my coaches. But if someone says something that clicks in the moment, I've had fights like that where, I heard elbow, and I just kind of ripped an elbow and caught one of my earlier local fights, hit him with an elbow, finished him off. But I'm always kind of listening for that. And then vice versa. I know a lot of times people like listen to other corners, and kind of play off what they think their opponent's trying to do sometimes, or what they're looking for. A lot of times you get a good guy that'll like hear their corner, but kind of wait it out, feel it out, and then look for the moment to do what the corner's saying rather than kind of right away,
I'm really fascinated by the background here. So like, what all do you got going on in your backyard? Like, is it just like gravel?
It's fake. It's a green screen.
Oh, it's a green screen? Shit.
No, I'm fucking with you. No.
I was gonna say you're in Vegas.
It's an Airbnb. It looks a lot nicer than it is. We got a pool. But ooh. I mean, it's freezing in that pool, man. We're not doing nothing out here. We got the gear drying off, just get airing out, little side spot, grill with no propane or charcoal. So it's all for looks here, man.
It's all aesthetics, all aesthetics. Are you training there then? Since like with like COVID, we talked about a second ago, like COVID kind of picking back up again. Are you guys even going to other gyms, or are you just training?
We're going to the UFC PI, but even that, man, right now it's not locked off because we're here a little early. For fight week, I think it'll be a little bit more blocked off for guys that are competing on the card for Saturday. But for right now, it's a little scary because you got guys going all over from all over gyms and coming in. So yeah, we're definitely getting extra sessions at least in over here. Trying to just be smart, man. It is a lot on the line. If I didn't have a fight coming up, the whole mask thing, maybe COVID doesn't. As far as I'm pretty healthy. The first time I got it actually a couple of months ago. I want to say like 2 months ago. So I think I'm still in that ballpark where I carry the antibodies pretty strong and stuff. So I'm not too nervous, but if my coaches or corners get it, that's a liability as well. Now it's like, it'd be a shame to have your fight pulled over some bullshit like that. It's not your opponent missing weight, getting injured. Now you got to worry about this Corona shit. It's tough.
I was gonna say I hate bringing it up, but it's back. Like it's just full force again. It fucking sucks.
Strong, man. In Massachusetts, like I said, 1 out of 5. It's almost 20% right now of Massachusetts have COVID. It's crazy.
Did you guys speaking of that? Did you guys not go into a bubble, but did you guys really start to hanker down? Like obviously you didn't get your beard shaped. Like did you guys really start to hanker down in terms of like not doing stuff just to make sure you can make it to the fight?
Yeah, man. Tyson, I don't think Tyson hasn't got COVID yet, knock on wood. So he's been wearing his mask like in the jacuzzi. He's like, man, it's crazy. I still haven't got it. And meanwhile, he's in the jacuzzi with a mask. I'm like, bro, I mean, you wear a mask in a jacuzzi. I mean, you're pretty safe. But yeah, you can even at his house he's wearing his damn mask. It's crazy. He doesn't want to get it from his family. Like it's another level, man. He's a little crazy with it, but I mean, crazy with it. He's crazy without it, I guess, because he hasn't got it yet. So maybe he's doing the right things. I don't know, but
that's the kind of manager you want, though. Fucking going
yeah,
all out,
no,
make sure you're good.
Yeah, he's safe, man. He's safe. It's good to have, because I'm a crazy, crazy bastard. So it's good to have a very safe guy. Somewhere in the middle we meet and get it done.
All right, so I got 2 more questions about the fight game, and then we're gonna I have some like really weird not weird, but like other stuff. Like the
got
first
a lot
one,
of weird shit going on on this Zoom call, bro. A lot of weird questions, weird questions.
We're different. So like at what point? So Max pulled out of the fight today, from Volkanovski. Yeah. So do you think that means they're going to push that fight back, or do you think there's a potential that this fight coming up could be like a contender fight?
I mean, you're always hopeful if it wouldn't be right away. It puts me closer in line. That's all it is. I just climb the, cut the line. And that's through being active and being busy. I think you should be rewarded for being busy, going out, winning fights. But then again, it's what makes the most money, obviously, with the UFC, I would say. So I know Henry Cejudo threw his name in. It's probably a lucrative fight. Who knows? Maybe that. But who knows where they go? For me, yeah, in my head, it's like you take this guy out, you're that much closer. And if you don't, then obviously you're further. So at the end of the day, no matter what, we got to take this guy out and climb the line regardless of when we get our next opportunity.
Okay, so this is my last question I got for the fight game. And I don't know why I've never asked this before, but at what point during your career did your parents be like, oh, that's cool that you're doing fighting? Until when did they stop being worried about you being in the fight?
I don't know if they ever stopped being worried about it, man. My sister, she's pregnant right now. She's having a baby in May. And I'm like, listen, man, I don't know if you should be coming to this fight. Like, especially the Apex, it's a couple hundred people. It's just it's it's like Ultimate Fighter. It's this weird energy where like, maybe I was a little bit more nervous for Rob's fight or like my teammates' fights, because you can't really impact it the most except for being like the corner side. So you're a lot more nervous for those fights. But when you're going in there for some reason, it's just different. You're in complete control almost. So it's a different type of nervousness. But for my sister, I don't want her feeling that nervous energy in there. She's pregnant. So I don't know if it'd be good for the baby. But yeah, they never really stopped. I feel like my dad was throwing up for my earlier fights, and my mom always comes to the fights, but she gets the play-by-play from her friend, and she's not even looking. So I'm like
head and shirt. Just like,
what are you even doing? What are you even doing? You're wasting like some of the best tickets in the house. You're not even looking at the damn fight. I tell her all the time.
Okay, so as I said, I want to move on from the fight game. We pretty much covered it all. And the first thing I want to ask is, you're in the promotions game. What's harder for you, satisfying the fans or satisfying the managers?
Oh, on promoting side?
Yeah.
I've tried not to deal with many of the managers actually at this point. I have a matchmaker that handles most of those relationships at this point. Although for a while, I was heavily involved with all that from the ground up, which was great to understand, what it all takes. But at this point now, it's trying to just deliver, great cards for the fans. And I have the team around me that really helps me do that and allows me to do that while competing, in the UFC, which is huge, because I have a next show is February 24th. It's at Encore. Actually, we're shooting for this. We got to get it past through the commission first. We're trying. We're ideally looking to do our next one February 24th, and meanwhile, I'm fighting January 15th. So it'd be tough to juggle all that if I didn't have a strong team around me, not just with my personal fighting, but at Combat Zone. So it's huge.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so another thing I know is you're a big Patriots fan. As I said, I'm from Indy. We finally beat you. Very proud of myself. But as a Patriots
just
fan,
took Tom Brady leaving.
Yeah, that's all it took, just for him not to dominate us for fucking however long he was there. But as a Patriots fan, for you guys, what's a successful season at this point? Like, you're going to make the playoffs. What do you want?
And
obviously
Billy
Super
Trust,
Bowl,
man.
no shit.
The goal is always the bowl, 100%. Burn the boats, but we're going for the bowl. Cue the duck boats, as we say in New England.
Okay, and then obviously, as we talked about before, Antonio Brown, Tampa, kind of in flames right now. Is there a part of you that wants them to lose in the first round in New England to go on a run, just to kind of prove that Bill's the guy to win the fight, win the argument?
No, I want them to play in the Super Bowl.
Who do you cheer?
I want Tampa Bay versus Patriots Super Bowl. It was actually for a while the most probable outcome. It might still be up there, but I'd love to see that head to head. I thought we had a good run on. I thought we had a good game with them last time, and we didn't go for it on fourth. I think I thought we should have, and especially knowing Brady. It was tough to watch. I thought we did enough to win that game, and then Brady did what Brady does at the end of the game and found a way to win, like the greats do. Man, he did it. But I'm excited. Yeah, I want to see a Bucks versus Patriots Super Bowl. Would be great.
You finally got to experience it from the other side. And you're watching it from what's gonna happen, and he's just gonna fucking put the knife in your back.
It sucks, man. I could feel your pain now being an Indy fan. It's tough, man. This sucks.
It's rough because you know it's gonna happen, and you're just like, you got to do this. They don't do it, then you're fucked. But anyway, as I said before, we got going. As intern Harry here, he hasn't said a word, and there's a reason for that. So this is the segment where I let him ask a series of questions, and if you like the question, he gets to ask another. But if you don't like the question, the segment's over.
All right.
Easy enough.
A lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
What's your name? Terry?
Yeah.
A lot of pressure, Terry.
Oh, Harry.
Harry. A lot of pressure, Harry.
Okay, here we go. Again, it's going to be like random stuff off the dome kind of things. You're a Boston fan. I'm a Philly fan. A lot of rumors recently about the Celtics and the Sixers trading Ben Simmons for Marcus Smart. I want to get your opinion on that real quick. What are you thinking?
Shit, man. Damn. I don't know. Honestly, we'll have to see. Marcus Smart's a tough player. He's in the mix. Ben Simmons, I don't know, man. It's a very opposite, player you got there. So I don't know if that's a good maybe trade just for like a fair trade. I don't know if they're gonna pan out well. I don't know if that would pan out well for either because they're polar opposites, I would think.
I feel like Marcus is also the epitome of Boston. Like he fucking just tries he just busts his ass all the time, gritty. He's like the epitome of Boston.
Yeah. He's a tough. He's a fighter, man. 100%. I don't like to trade.
Yeah, you got one like real mentally tough player leaving the Celtics, coming in with someone who's basically quit on his team at this point. So
you said it, not me.
Yeah, well,
but
I can say I'm
opposite.
saying that as a Sixers fan. So
yeah, true, rough. All right. So that being said, Philly fan. Yeah. Next question. Let's run it.
Let's go. All right. Do you have like a favorite walkout song to get you really pumped when you're heading out to the cage to go for a fight?
Yeah. So it used to be Tom Petty Won't Back Down when I made my debut. It was just like a feel good song.
Yeah.
But now I'm chasing belts and I come out to House of the Rising Sun with the Animals, because that's a
great one.
Yeah, man. All the mob movies, that's when they're killing people. And that's the mindset I want to be in walking into the cage.
So do you have like a favorite mob movie then that really gets you like in the mood?
Classic. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great choice.
Yeah. Classic, man.
Yeah. Like Funny Like a Clown, Funny How. Like that's such a great movie.
22 times. I'm gonna get the papers.
Yes, sir. So do you have like a favorite food to eat when you're on like a
Bro,
cheat
I didn't
day
say I like that last question.
Oh, my bad.
But I do, and I like this question even better. Yes, I do chicken parm, and it's from Ralphie's. I like to let my mom, she's 100% Italian. She takes a little bit of offense to it, but I like to go to Ralphie's after the fight, give her the night off, and get a nice chicken parm. I've been thinking about it for 13 fucking weeks. I can't wait.
Coming up on it. It's coming up. I bet it's gonna be delicious. And
I can't wait, man.
You kick some ass. It's gonna taste even better.
A lot of meat sauce, and it's man, Ralphie's the man. He hooks it up every time. Next question.
I'm gonna steal one real quick. How much does it suck to have camp during the holidays?
Man, that's a good one, especially twice in a row. But I said I would only do it for big money fights and big opportunities, and I got them. So the Max fight, this fight, can't really complain when you get the big opportunities. But the diet part, it's especially this 13-week one, man. I can't do these guys no favors. I could have enjoyed myself on Thanksgiving more than I did, but I just don't want to do many favors. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't taste as good knowing.
Not worth the risk. Not worth the risk.
Yeah, not worth it. I mean, my weight's been good forever, man. I'm like Tyson with the mask with my food. You know what I mean? I like to be a little neurotic and almost like just piss myself off. So I take it out on this guy.
That's also the Boston way. It's just piss yourself off.
Head down, put in the work.
Yeah.
What else we got?
All right. Yeah. So 2021 wrapped up. Do you have any favorite like TV show you binged during that year, or something?
Man, you're on point with the questions today, Harry. I got to tell you, I'm binge watching right now. Yellowstone. I've been put onto it by Rob and Tyson. These guys, And I just started. I know it's kind of whack, but I just started season 2 today. I'm started. So just finished season 1. Pretty good so far. But I usually lose face, man. I hear they're talking about 1883 a lot in this season 4. And when I start hearing shit about the season 4s, it's like, well, I don't want to watch 3 fucking seasons and have it suck.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it kind of drives me crazy. But yeah, I hear good things right now. It's pretty solid. A lot of people getting killed. And like I said, man, not the worst mindset going into next Saturday.
Yeah. Keep it real tough. Keep it tough.
Yeah.
And like the hear bad things about a future season. That's like Game of Thrones kind of thing. How it tapered off near the end.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I started watching episode 1, season 1 before the finale. How crazy is that? And then I hear the finale sucks.
Yeah.
I didn't watch another episode. I'm done.
That's why
it's really good.
Smart. Yeah, it would have been, as someone who watched all 8 seasons, was so hyped for the season 8 finale. You made the right decision because it just ruins the rest of the show.
I'm not into that. I've watched several episodes because I'm like a psychopath like that. My buddies had it on, and I'm like, I'll watch it. And they were great. Don't get me wrong, but it's all about the finish, man. I can't have season 7 finale sucking, and I'll be pissed.
It's like I was obsessed with that show through. I started watching right before season 4, and I was obsessed with it. I got everyone into it. And now if someone asked me to watch it, I said, don't waste your time because it's just such a bad ending.
The last show that Rob put me on, I'm not a big series guy. That's why it's a lot for me to say Tombstone. But I was put onto the Vikings by Rob. And then after season 4, the thing just ends. They stopped. And it didn't even have an ending, really. It was just, I guess they stopped doing it after season 4. So they canceled it. So that's the worst, man. I'm like, fuck.
That's even worse. Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah,
they
just
canceled
straight up. Series.
It's like, like I want to see how this ends. I can't. You're leaving me on a cliffhanger here. That's
that's drives me crazy, man. That's why I like movies. I try to stay on, and I like documentaries. I like shit that happened mostly. You know, I like to learn from, just be aware of things that happen in history. A lot of times it repeats itself, and things that happen always interest me.
Wait, maybe spoilers. Have you guys both seen Sopranos?
Yeah,
you're talking to a Jersey guy here.
Oh, I just had to make sure. I have to make sure just real quick. I thought that was a good cliffhanging ending.
Yeah, I saw that shit every Sunday live, bro. I didn't watch it on these, on demands. I watched that shit live every Sunday, and I rushed home for it.
Oh, my
God. It was awesome. Yeah, but the new movie they made after, I don't know.
It was all fan service. That was just fan service.
Yeah,
that's all. It was.
Tough.
Yeah.
And I was
nice seeing.
Yeah,
it was nice seeing Gandolfini's kid step into the role, though.
Yeah, I was really. He was solid. He was a good actor. I just wish the plot was a little bit better.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really much about, I don't think, Tony. There's a lot of other characters.
No, it was about Dickie. It was supposed to be about Dickie, but it was kind of like all over the place. It was.
I agree.
It would have been cool as a miniseries. A miniseries would have been great.
Yes,
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm not a series guy, but I would have been into that.
Not a series guy. Not a series guy. All right, let's do one more, Harry.
So you said you were big into movies and documentaries. What was your favorite documentary to watch? Because I'm looking for some recommendations to learn more about anything realistically.
Yeah, I just watched the one recently, and I wouldn't recommend it. But I mean, you already know JFK Revisited 2021, the recent one. We all know that magic bullet theory was shit, and that pristine bullet, and then let alone I'm sick of the government lying to us, man. That shit just pisses me off. But I did watch. I don't know the name of the documentary, but I watched the series after it on Netflix called actually on Hulu, Dope Sick. It's really good. It was about the OxyContin thing and about how Purdue Pharma they lying through their teeth. They were going to go bankrupt if OxyContin didn't plan out well, and they were saying it was less than 1% addictive. And man, it sucks because it got a lot of people hooked on opioids and all that, ruined their lives. And January 15th, actually, my best buddy, passed away from, from his birthday. It was January 15th, man. And I'm excited to go and compete on his birthday. But I want to call out the fucking Sacklers and Purdue Pharma after my fight. Who do you want next? Fucking out the Sacklers. I want the whole fucking family. Line them up. I'm ready, bro. They're sick. Another one. The government lying to you again. There's a lot of those documentaries out there.
That'd be a great call. That'd go viral too. That's the other thing.
Sorry, boys. I think I just got this podcast, the Zoom thing, canceled.
No, you're good.
No.
They're gonna screen it.
No.
They want to get canceled
at the bottom,
and they're gonna cancel it.
No. If I want to get canceled, I know how to get canceled. There's some things I wanted to say. I can't say it though, because I'll get canceled. Anyway, though, I got one more thing. So I was awesome for Harry. Went all the way through. You're gonna get asked this question probably 1,000 times this week, but I kind of have to ask it. How's the fight gonna go on Saturday?
Just, you're gonna get the same answer I always give, man. Just me getting my hand raised. How by any means necessary, sir. Always. I don't care how it happens. Just me getting my hand raised, and then earning the opportunity to grab that microphone and having my family come in and take a picture, things like that after with me. And I'm excited, man. Just me getting my hand raised.
I'm calling out Big Pharma.
Looking forward to it.
Calling out Big Pharma.
Yes, sir.
Birds.
All right, that's what we got. So for me, Calvin, good luck next Saturday. Can't wait. We're out.
All right, thanks, boys.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Calvin.
Yeah, you already know.
Thank you so much.
You guys.
Want to once again thank the sponsor of the show, Living.fit. It's that time of the year again, and Living.fit is your spot to help achieve all those New Year resolutions. Living.fit is a health and wellness company that will help you achieve all your goals, from building muscle, losing fat, and maybe trimming up that dad bod you've been accumulating over the years. Not only are there workout programs, we can help with your nutrition and build out your home gym. If you're a trainer looking to get certified in kettlebell or battle rope movements, we're the place to be. Make sure you go visit the website or download the app Living.fit today. Now back to the show. That was an awesome interview with Calvin Kattar. Harry, you are casual, so you don't really know this. There's a lot of people cheering for Calvin. And usually he is a fan favorite in terms of, like, if you watch the sport, you've watched him over the years. He is very fan friendly. He's a fun guy to watch. But not a lot of people want to watch him win and beat the hype job that is Giga. We'll see what happens. But so that was an awesome interview. We're cheering for him.
Yeah.
A lot of people cheering for him. He's a cool dude. But as I've said, last show, this is going to be the last show for a couple weeks where there's not a card this weekend. Kick ass. It's great. We're back.
Let's go.
So this is the one last list I got. So we did the breakout personalities. That was fun. Cringe one. Kind of sucked. Who cares? This is who I think will be the UFC champion in each division. Going to make it kind of short, sweet, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, there's so much stuff that could happen, which I'll get into with that. We'll start in the women's division. Strawweight, it's Thug Rose. I think she holds on to it until she fights Zhang in the trilogy. The problem is that's not going to happen until 2023, so she'll probably be champion. I mean, Marina Rodriguez has a shot, but I don't know. I just think Thug Rose holds on to it for a little bit. She seems pretty motivated, and when she's motivated, she's hard to beat. Flyweight division, the GOAT, Valentina Shevchenko. No one's going to beat her. She has no real contenders. The only fight she could lose for the foreseeable future is a rematch with Amanda Nunes. I still think she beats Amanda Nunes, which kind of leads me to the bantamweight division. Double champ status, Valentina Shevchenko. She is the best women's fighter of all time, in my opinion. I think even if it wasn't for Pena beating Nunes, I think at some point they're going to have Valentina fight her. I don't care who wins that rematch. They got to let Valentina have that opportunity just for her. She's the best fighter. I think she could win. It's always cool having a double champ. So Valentina Shevchenko with 2 titles. And let's move on in the featherweight division. I got Kayla Harrison, but that's a lot of asterisks there since she's not technically signed by the UFC. So for now, I mean, it could be Nunes, but it'll be Nunes if she doesn't sign with the UFC. But I just like Kayla Harrison. I think she's a pretty good fighter. I'm worried about Nunes now after this loss. What's going to happen? Sometimes when these women fighters kind of regress very, very, very fast. So we'll see what happens there. So that's the women's division. Let's move on to the men's division. I'll start in the flyweight division. I got Alexander Pantoja. I don't know why. I'm going to be honest. It's kind of could be all over the place. I don't want to say Askar Askarov because everyone else is saying Askar Askarov. I like Pantoja. I think if Moreno beats Figueiredo here in a couple months, and then let's say Kai Kara France beats Askar Askarov, they might do the Pantoja Brandon Moreno rematch since Moreno has now lost to him. I think it's twice. I know he's lost to him though. So let's move on to the bantamweight division. It's going to be Peter Yan. He is going to be, by the end of the year, another little preview, he's going to be the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter, I think, in the entire world. He is that good. He's really good. He's just kind of underappreciated. He's gonna grow on everyone. He is a gangster, funny as hell, as I said the other day. I like Aljamain Sterling too. It would be very funny if he beats Peter Yan. It's not going to happen though. And with let's move to the featherweight, another division, another champ who's been underappreciated, and that's Alexander Volkanovski. He's going to be champion. Peter Yan's underappreciated, but Volkanovski's really underappreciated, and that's because of Max Holloway. Hopefully, after he fights Korean Zombie, he fights Max. That's 2 big wins, and hopefully he can find a finish. I think that's the only reason people don't really respect him. That's why people didn't respect Usman for a while, because he couldn't get a finish. We haven't seen a finish from Volk in a while. I think I think he might get a finish over the Korean Zombie. If that is the fight they make, that'll be huge for him in that kind of like respect category. But the real ones, no. This is where we start getting controversial. In the lightweight division, the champion's going to be Conor McGregor.
Ooh.
Now this is only if he fights Charles Oliveira. There's a lot of people who think like Conor McGregor clickbait. I'm dead ass. If he fights Charles Oliveira, he's gonna I think he can knock him out round 1. Now here's the reasoning. So Conor McGregor's best round is the first round. Charles Oliveira's first round is the first round.
True.
I don't know. I understand the money fight behind it. I understand you want to get that money. But in terms of like the matchup, I don't know why he'd want to take it, because that's actually more risky than anyone else he could fight, other than like a couple. That's like, it's a very risky fight. He's not the most risky, but that's if he fights Oliveira. Do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. But clickbait purposes and for the list, I'm going to say Conor McGregor. But realistically, I think it's going to be Oliveira. He's probably going to beat Gaethje. And then he's going to fight Islam Makhachev. Maybe, probably, even though we're all pulling for Benny. If I think Oliveira can take out Islam. We'll see. Anyway, that's the first controversial one, which leads me to another controversial one. Bilal Remember the Name Muhammad. Do you even know who Bilal Remember the Name Muhammad is, Harrison?
I do not.
You're going to remember his
the
name.
only name that I've recognized so far has been Peter Yan and Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I figured. See, this is why you're casual. This is my goal.
I'm learning.
You're learning.
I'm learning.
You're like a literal version of my base that I'm morphing.
Yes.
Or portions of
I'm the sponge soaking up knowledge.
You're the sponge soaking up my dumbass knowledge. But anyway, Bilal Remember the Name Muhammad. Now I'm only saying this this is another clickbaity one, but I don't know what it was with his I don't know what he did between his fights, but he gained like 20 pounds of muscle and he's still making 170. Dude's he's a machine right now. And do I have any reasoning behind him winning the welterweight division? Absolutely not. I just think it'd be funny. Things get really dumb. I think Usman's going to retire this year. That's the other thing. He might go into boxing.
Oh, wow.
Well, there's been rumors his knees are kind of all jacked up. So it's one of those things where it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. He is starting to lap the division. So we'll see when he's getting close. But I'm saying Bilal Muhammad just because it'd be funny. Weirder things have happened. That's like my weird pick of like who could actually be champion. That who knows, man. MMA's weird. Weird things happen. Which moves in middleweight division. Israel Adesanya. So the thing that sucks is I like Izzy. I like Rob Whittaker. And what sucks for Rob Whittaker is like he's levels above everyone else in the middleweight division, but Izzy's like another level above that. And it's just kind of tough draw that happens sometimes in this sport where you got 2 all-time greats kind of fighting at once, and it just sucks for Bobby Knuckles. Izzy's really good. Everyone thinks because Jan Blachowicz held him down that's now the way to beat him. Well, that was a weight division up. Izzy's not going to be held down at the middleweight division. Marvin Vettori, one of the better grapplers, better wrestlers in the middleweight division, couldn't do it. I don't think Robert Whittaker is going to do it. I don't think anyone in this division can do it. He's already beaten Derek Brunson once. I think he's going to beat Derek Brunson again if Derek Brunson beats Cannonier. Blah, 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 blah. Izzy's going to be champion. He's going to be champion at middleweight as long as he wants to be. Which moves up to the next weight class. It is the living, breathing, real-life UFC video game character, Yuri Prochazka. He looks like a video game character. He fights like a video game character. He is like the most... people need to like watch him fight more because he's just electrifying. This is your homework tonight, Harry.
Okay.
Look up Yuri Prochazka highlights, and you will fall in love.
Yuri Prochazka?
Look up. Hold on. So I'm gonna post a picture right now of what he looks like on the screen.
Like just as jacked as possible.
No, dude. Like, look. He's the white guy. You see that hair?
Oh yeah. I see exactly what you mean.
He just walks forward, throws hands. He eats shots for breakfast. He's literally a walking, breathing UFC video game character. I love him. He's the memes of like him screaming in the forest. Look that up too. He's He's an interesting guy. He's a very interesting guy. And that leads us to the last division left, the heavyweight division. I had John Jones written down for most of the day, and then I had a last minute revelation. I decided to go with Surreal Gun. I think Gan's going to beat Francis Ngannou here in 2 weeks. I think Francis is focused too much on boxing. He's focusing, which has become a problem in the UFC, which is a whole other subject. Boxing has become too. These fighters are thinking about it way too much, and I think Francis is focused on that too much. He's focused way too much on like the UFC versus himself object. Do I think there's always that live chance that he just meme knocks out Cyril Gane? Do I think that'll happen? No, but would it be funny? Yeah, if he just starts throwing fucking random ass haymakers like he did like against Rosenstrike, but that won't happen. Gane's gonna win. If he does, hopefully maybe we'll see John Jones. I don't know. He's kind of who knows if he'll actually come out and fight this year? Who knows if he can stay out of legal trouble? Even though some say that means he's going to get back into the octagon, but I don't know. It's 2023. He may not be able to do what he used to do, or 2022. Sorry, same thing. But you can't get away with what he used to get away with. So that's the list. I will be wrong on almost all that, except the only one. If I had to put all my money in the world on one of these, the state champion, it would be Peter Yan. He's the only one I'm like more than comfortable. Like I would bet a lot of money Peter Yan will be champion still, and I would bet he would probably be.
You've been high on him for a while, haven't you?
He is so good. Like he, just watching his combinations, his footwork, everything. Just when he fought Corey Sandhagen, it was just pretty. It was
perfection.
Perfection. And Corey Sandhagen's a hell of a striker too. Like don't get me wrong, he's also. It was a fun fight. Anyway, that's UFC talk. Obviously, we talked a lot with Calvin. We got this on Friday. We'll talk about more of the actual card itself. I'll give you a couple fights to look out for, a couple fighters to look out for. Friends of the program, we got a couple of them on there. Obviously, Calvin, Brian Kelleher. We tried to get something set up with him. He's a friend of the program, couldn't make it, but he's always fun too. So let's go ahead and talk about the NFL. Real big shame that the Colts kind of had to forfeit the game last night on Sunday because of the COVID issues. It's a real shame, kind of Mickey Mouse win for the Jaguars. But that opened the door. Big Ben back in the playoffs. Love to see it. Hopefully, maybe we'll have we have a couple Disney movies creating themselves. You have them, and you got the Raiders, the Raiders.
That's gonna be insane.
Yeah, the only thing holding the Raiders back, and they need an asshole of a coach. I think Rich Persicchio.
They do.
Like, well, it's like
that.
John Gruden was like, even though he got canceled, he wasn't that mean, if that makes sense. Like Urban Meyer on the Raiders, that makes sense.
That would be nuts.
That makes a lot of sense.
The Raiders need a mean head coach because they've historically been that mean franchise that go out there and punch you in the face, hard-nosed, hard-hitting. We're going to go out there and take everything from you and leave you nothing kind of team. That's how they won the Super Bowl in 1980. So
I'm referring to just the personality. Yeah, I just want an asshole in there. I just want a guy who just
fair enough,
people. But like that's it just fits the Raiders. Yeah. It makes the NFL better if you have a dickhead of a coach for the Raiders. It just makes everything better. Yeah, but
it does.
No, but
I absolutely 100% agree with that.
The Raiders are a fun team though. Just purely like I like Derek Carr. He's an underappreciated quarterback. They're really hard to not cheer for. I think they've overtaken the Colts as a team everyone outside of Philadelphia is cheering for.
You know what? I can root for the Raiders too.
No. You can cheer for the Raiders. I was saying you can't cheer for the Colts because you guys are so.
Oh, for Carson Wentz.
Yeah. No. That's what I was saying. Like,
screw that guy.
Yeah, you guys have an obsession with that guy. Anyway, so
he's got this obsession with us though, so it's like
I haven't heard him say, I don't know about that one. He hasn't said a word about y'all. He hasn't said a damn word about y'all.
He said that thing about the Colts being the greatest locker room he's ever been in. I took that as a slight dig at Philadelphia. Like, come on now.
You guys are paranoid motherfuckers. Jesus.
We are kind of paranoid.
You're very
I'll admit that.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So back to the Raiders. The whole kneel down thing too. Like, I mean, we were talking about it. It was getting obnoxious. Had a lot of people tweeting about, they can kneel down the entire game. But no one, I don't know.
That's never going to happen.
Well, that was never going to happen. When you got into overtime, you're like, holy shit, this might actually happen. But when the Raiders are running the ball down the Chargers' throat, they got in the field goal position. They were just running the ball to avoid turnovers. And when the whole Austin Eckler video where he was announcing, where they were like whispering to each other like, "Ooh, are you gonna run the ball? Run the clock out?" They might have said we were gonna run the ball, and he was like, "Oh, okay." But like they were always gonna kick the field goal. They were gonna go for the win. They just weren't gonna throw the
Yeah.
ball to risk an interception, like a pick six or whatever.
These are two like extreme rivals. You don't think that they were going to try to kick the absolute living shit out of each
Well,
other?
they don't want to get
Like,
don't want to let the other one into the
yeah,
playoffs. So why? Like I would
exactly.
I would hate the Colts if they did that with the Titans. Like no one wants that.
If the Eagles did that with the Cowboys, I would be furious.
Like I know
Like,
West Coast.
you're going to want to beat your rival.
West Coast a little different, a little laid back, but the
Still,
rivalries exist for a reason. Like no one they're never gonna help each
yeah,
other out. It was a fun game. It was
yeah.
a fun game though. I had everything you'd ever ask for. It was great.
It was perfect. That was the perfect way to end the season.
Yeah.
Just absolute batshit crazy football. It was perfection down to the wire. That touchdown throw by Herbert at the end there,
Oh, work of art.
incredible.
Chef's kiss. But another big story I think take away, or no, we're not taking away. We're gonna move on to the next portion of the segment. We're gonna talk. Oh, wait, fart. One thing we didn't talk about, or we did talk about, but we need to talk about. Antonio Brown was freed, and after going on the Nelk podcast, he
Yes.
answered everyone's questions. Did you listen to the podcast?
Yeah. I have not yet.
I have
I've
not
been
either.
doing I just, it's Antonio Brown. You can know exactly what it's going to be like.
He
Like,
held a moment of silence for himself.
No way.
It's like, okay, so like if you haven't watched his social highlights, like if you go on like Ari Myrov, the like My Sports Update dude, he posted like a bunch of clips. Yeah. So if you just go on his Twitter feed and scroll down to it, it is the funniest clips you'll ever watch. But it's just it's I couldn't listen to a whole hour of Nelk and Bob Meanery talking to Antonio Brown, but I can watch its little clips.
Yeah, you need it in small chunks. Not you can't.
I can't take that whole thing. But it is so funny. He is. I'm not gonna say CTE because I'm not a doctor. That's a very prominent thing. And
he's showing the signs of it.
He's showing the signs of it. I will say it's not a doctor. It's a very prominent thing over the next couple of shows. A lot of people say they're not a doctor. Let's move on to our playoff brackets. We got some upsets, got some fun, maybe a little surprises, maybe a little too chalky. So Harry, you're gonna go first. I want you to give me Cincinnati, Vegas. Just go from the AFC down, just your first round, and then give me your wild card on the NFC side.
All right, so we're gonna start with the AFC. We're going Cincinnati, Vegas. I'm taking Cincy. I've been high on Cincy for a while now. Raiders have got the Cinderella story, but I really like Joe Burr. And
isn't it crazy that they're the 5 seed? Like I didn't even realize they were the 5 seed. That blew my mind.
That's a jump right there.
Yeah,
that's
why you don't kneel down.
Jamar just exactly. Joey and Jamar, too good.
Yeah, I also have Cincy, so I'll just want to put that out there. I took them too. They're the hottest team in the AFC right now.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna be rolling through these playoffs. But Buffalo, New England, I'm taking Buffalo here.
Same.
I think Mac Jones is still a bit too young. He needs this one playoff loss, and then he can kind of get into his groove. He's a good quarterback, but it's too early to tell how he'd do in the playoffs. I mean, Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick, but Buffalo have just been too hot these past few weeks, too.
The other thing, too, is Mac Jones has not beaten Buffalo when he has to throw more than 3 passes. Do not forget that.
Yeah,
don't forget that.
So Buffalo's going to be expecting the ground game. They're going to be trying to shut down Mac Jones. I think it's over for them after this round.
They're building something. We can officially say they're building something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
New England, we thought they'd be going right down the gutter. They've proven off.
I don't know about that one. I thought they'd make the playoffs this year regardless, just because.
I didn't think they'd make the playoffs.
Really? Yeah.
They proved me wrong. At least
I was very high on Bill. Anyway, next. Okay.
And then Kansas City, Pittsburgh. This is where the road ends for Ben Roethlisberger. They're gonna get smacked. It's not going to be a good game to watch.
Ben needs to get injured now so that he plays better on Sunday. He plays better when he's hurt.
Yeah. He really does. It's weird. But, this is a Pittsburgh team that's put up 13 or 20, barely any points the last few games. They put up 16 against Baltimore, right?
Yep.
and then like 20 on or 27 with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But one of them was a Najee Harris ridiculous run.
Their defense
against,
is still playing well, which is the only thing they're going for. But the most concerning thing is I have the exact same thing. So I don't know what to expect here. I'm assuming there's gonna be at least one upset on each side, each bracket. But not a good sign that we have the same exact AFC picture.
Yeah, I can guarantee we have a different NFC picture.
Yeah, I already know we do.
Because
everyone knows.
Yeah,
everyone knows. All right, go ahead. Let's just start there.
Let's go. I'll go down from Arizona, LA. I got LA in that game.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a shootout. But I think LA is going to pull away in the end. There's going to be like a ridiculous Stafford Odell touchdown.
Okay.
And that's going to be the game decider, I think.
I do too. That was the only game I had no confidence in. I wanted to put Arizona.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't think I've said this before. Cliff Kingsbury, huge fraud. I think McVay's just gonna outcoach him, and I'm like 90. I think the way the NFC West works is there's like certain teams all own each other, and I think the Rams own the Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So like I just kind of figured Stafford's gonna win at least one. Just can he do it 4 times in a row? Anyway, yeah.
Exactly. Dallas, San Francisco. I'm taking Dallas in another shootout. I think San Francisco, they've looked up and down all season long, and Dallas have been pretty damn consistent, as much as it pains me to say. So I got Dallas taking that one in a shootout. This
is the first time we can disagree. I took San Francisco. The reason I took San Francisco is because the Dallas rush defense is awful. It is very bad.
That's very true.
And the 49ers they're just going to run the ball down their throat. Jimmy G, if he's healthy, but he's not healthy, but if he can at least not turn the ball over, they can win. And also, the Niners have a great defense. Their defense travels.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys have been inconsistent. They've been good the past 2 weeks, but they were also playing the second string Eagles players. And then the week before, who they played 2 weeks ago? Was it the
Arizona?
And they lost to Arizona, didn't they?
Oh yeah,
they did. Yeah, they lost to Arizona. So they had one good game against the Eagles. Where the first half they were just
that was the second stringer.
Yeah, it was against the second stringer. So no, I really like San Francisco. I think they're the team the Colts were supposed to be as the scary team no one wants to play. So I have them moving on, and then we'll talk about that next game later. But anyway, next up is Tampa Philly. I already know who you took, and
I took the big upset. I took Eagles over Brady because we got the history right now. Continue the streak.
You don't have Nick Foles.
Super Bowl 52 to now. It's gonna. Yeah, that's fair. We don't have Nick Foles, but we do have Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts is the goddamn man. I love that guy so much.
So are you sure that Jalen Hurts can pass the ball?
He's been getting better as the season's gone on. Just put it up to Smitty, and Smitty will bring it down. So
all right, I'm gonna say I have Tampa winning by 30, because the only way
that's what most people are gonna say.
The only way, and that's not because I don't think Philly's good. I think matchup wise, it's a bad matchup because the Bucs have one of the best run defenses in the NFL. They're gonna force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball. I talked about the Cowboys having a terrible rush defense. They made Jalen Hurts throw the ball and it didn't work. And the only reason that was also before the Eagles figured out, we should just run the ball the entire time. But
I don't understand why Nick Sirianni didn't realize that earlier in the season. We would have.
You gotta learn.
Our seeding would have been much better.
He plants his seeds and lets the seeds grow, as he likes to say, which is really fucking weird.
He's botanist.
That's a Reich thing, I guess. But anyway, I think Tampa's gonna blow them out. And I think everyone's gonna get super high on Tampa again. But I think it's just because matchup wise, it's kind of like San Francisco against Dallas. I just think the matchup wise, it's just not good for the home team. And running the ball travels, or not in the travels, whatever. You know what I mean. Tampa's gonna win. Which I'm still not high on them. But that moves us on to the next round, where our AFC is the exact same. So who do you got? Tennessee, Cincinnati.
I got Cincy.
Fuck. So
I like Cincy in this. I really like Cincy throughout these playoffs, to be honest. They're hot. There's nothing else you can say. The hottest team goes the furthest. When it comes down to the playoffs, it's one game. You do one game to show your best, And I think in one-game scenarios, there aren't many teams that can beat Cincy.
Well, I do, but I just think the matchup-wise, it's bad. Again, it all goes on matches, but also Tennessee haunts me. They haunt me everywhere I go. Everything I do, they haunt me. So I pick Cincinnati too. So I think that Tennessee's going to win. I also have a future on Cincinnati, so that's a little bit of bias there too. And it's not like a real future, like no one cares about your bets. It's one of those things where it's with a pool of my friends, and there is a coincidence with all the teams I have in the finals. It has nothing. It definitely has nothing to do with that. Anyway, next one, we got Buffalo, Kansas City. Who you got? Please.
I got Kansas City.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I have Buffalo. I have Buffalo. So we defer here. We defer here.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. It's Tyreek Hill. It's Travis Kelce. It's a team that's done it and can do it again. It's hard to bet. It's hard to bet against them.
So the only reason I have Buffalo is purely off the fact that I watched that Denver game, and watching Drew Lock play against Kansas City made me really nervous about Kansas City. I love Drew Lock. The Broncos need to free Drew Lock, but I also I think Buffalo started to get hot towards the end of the year. I think beating the Patriots was huge for their confidence. I think this is the year they finally do it too. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I think that I have them beating Cincy. I'm assuming you have Kansas City beating Cincy.
I have Cincy.
You have Cincy in the Super Bowl?
I have Cincy in the Super Bowl. Woo! I have been high on this team for so long. I like Cincy as a team. That's why I said it was going to be a spicy list.
That's you think Zach Taylor can lead a team to the Super Bowl?
I think Joey Burrow and Jamar Chase can lead the team.
Joe Burrow did take Coach O to the a national championship, so
yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
With Jamar Chase,
that's fair. Yeah. So I got Buffalo, you got Cincy. Let's move on to the NFC. So we both got. You got. I don't even know who your matchup is. So our matchups are different. So you go first.
Yeah. So
the Green Bay game. It's called the Green Bay
Philly. The Green Bay game. I got Green Bay over Philly because. Come on now, I got to be realistic even in this case.
I think if Philly played them, Philly would win.
I mean, I hope so, but it's Green Bay in the freezing cold. It's in the tundra at Lambeau Field.
That the Philly play is not like the way they play. It fits perfectly for that, though.
That is true. I mean, fingers crossed, but. I am that kind of Philly fan where I'm happy with one win in the playoffs this year because we got 3 first-round picks, and we can continue to build off of this. I just think our future is bright, and I really am just happy to see us there. So
I'm gonna contradict the fuck out of myself because I have Green Bay beating San Francisco.
But that makes sense, though, because of San Francisco going from the warm to the cold.
Yeah, I think they're the only reason, too, is I just think the Packers have struggled against them in the past. I don't know. I also have this mystique around the Packers this year. I think this is at the very beginning of the year, you had Rodgers posting the last dance stuff. Oh shit, the national championship's about to start. We're almost done. We're good. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I think Green Bay's. They're really good this year. They have a mystique around them. We'll see. I think it'd be really funny though if Aaron Rodgers gets COVID here in the next 2 weeks.
Oh,
it might not kill him, knock, but
knock on wood.
It would be pretty funny.
Just knocked him on his ass to keep him out of the playoffs. Nothing worse than that.
The Wednesday before the Super Bowl. I just want to see how the NFL would react.
It
would be
a mild case of COVID, no asymptomatic, but he's not allowed to play.
Chef's kiss. It'd be chef's.
I think that'd be so fun.
So you also got Rams Tampa. I have
Rams Dallas.
Oh, you have Rams Dallas. Oh fuck, I forgot you don't. Yeah, you had Tampa losing.
Yeah.
Who do you have?
I think LA wins.
Okay, I have LA also advancing and beating Tampa. So pretty much the same.
So we both have Green Bay, LA in the conference finals.
Yeah, I have Green Bay in the Super Bowl.
I have Green Bay in the Super Bowl as well.
Who do you have winning?
I have Green Bay winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, both have Green Bay winning the Super Bowl.
It makes too much sense. I feel like this is
it's a mystique.
Yeah. again, it's the Rodgers last dance. And if Aaron Rodgers does win this year, I think he retires.
No,
goes out on
no,
top.
I don't think he's gonna retire. He's gonna go to another team because he wants to win a Super Bowl outside of Green Bay too, to say fuck you to the management.
That would be
He's
funny as hell.
so petty. He's so petty. So like, no, they're
He's such a petty bitch.
Oh, he's not a bitch. I like his pettiness. I think it's
But you know what I mean.
I know,
like
yeah.
that kind of vibe.
I know what you mean. Yeah, he's so yeah, we both got Green Bay. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I really wanted to put Kansas City. I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes, but I do love Josh Allen. I think they're playing well. Also would love Matty Stafford if he can make it to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. That's another story. I think if we get closer to it, holy shit, dude! Scoop and score Georgia.
Already?
Let's go. No one cares about your bets. I have a lot of money on Georgia. Anyway, moving on. Back to the saying. Story everyone's gonna looking for. If Matt Stafford wins this weekend, I think once the Raiders lose, I think Matt Stafford's gonna become everyone's like, we want him to
win. Yeah.
It's like cheering for Detroit.
I feel like there's only one team for each of us that we wouldn't want to see win the Super Bowl, and it's our direct rivals. And you with the Titans, me with the Cowboys.
The only team I don't want to win the Super Bowl is Tampa Bay.
Oh, really?
I cannot.
Not even Tennessee?
I can live with it.
You can live with it?
I can live with it because we have 3, they have none. But I don't want
that. Okay, yeah.
The big reason is I want Patrick Mahomes to be my GOAT. I want him to be the GOAT. If Tom Brady gets another Super Bowl, it's like almost unattainable. So
yeah, what, 8 rings at that point?
Yeah, I just want to be fair, but
yeah.
So Tampa, please don't. It's anything, but they're also I don't
Tampa.
They're not looking too well. Both those teams won't win. It's
yeah.
They're both not looking too great. Anyway, so that's our show. On Friday, we have JT O'Sullivan, QB school guy. Super smart. It was a fun interview. Harry couldn't make it, but we made fun with a little segment with that. We'll also talk about the card.
Back to school.
Talk about UFC Vegas, whatever the fuck it is, but we'll talk about that. We might have Austin Collie on that week. We're working on getting him on for some time.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, he'll come on. It's just a matter of when we knock it down.
Yeah.
Other than that, next week we got awesome guests, which we get to on Friday. But yeah, everyone have a good week. We'll see you on Friday. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around with me all the way to the end. I just want to once again thank the sponsor of the show, Living.Fit. If you're looking to better yourself, make sure you go to download the app or visit the website Living.Fit today.